Hi, it's Cheryl from Home Am I Making. How are you guys doing tonight? I thought I'd come on tonight and show you a spring sign that I'm going to be making. So what I am starting with is I ended up getting this board at Joann's, and it was plain raw wood when I first got it. And just for time's sake, I stained it and then painted the inside with some chalk paint. So I always use a Maker Studio brand stains and chalk paint. So my favorite gel stain is English Walnut, and my favorite white paint, chalk paint in their brand is called Blessed. So you could see that I use it quite a bit because look at the jars. I'm a very messy painter. So let me start by showing you this little sign. So when I bought it, it was all unfinished, but the good thing is you could hang it this way or you could hang it this way. I originally was going to do the sign this way, but after piecing it together, I decided I'm going to do it this way. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be the top because that's where you would hang it from, but you can actually stand this one. So if you buy something like this, it doesn't really have to be that thick to be able to stand. So what I'm going to do first is, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I make the galvanized faux steel out of the Dollar Tree trays. Dollar Tree trays. Say that 10 times fast. So basically, I take a pan from the Dollar Tree and I paint it with a faux finish that looks like galvanized steel. So what I went ahead and did is I cut out a strip of it, and I'm going to use that as a backing of some lettering that I'm going to do on this sign. So my first thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this piece here, approximately there, because I have in mind how I'm going to set up the rest of the picture. So remember, this was just made out of a dollar store tray. I do have a tutorial of it up in my video section if you guys are new to the page. And if you are new to the page, welcome. So stick that about right there. I'm going to get something to press it down, because the weird thing about the metal, when you're doing it with the hot glue, it gets hotter. And make sure it's kind of centered. So that's going to be the backing for some of my things that I'm going to put on here. So let me see. As you're hopping on, say hello. Give me a thumbs up. Let me see if I can catch you guys on the on my iPad. The iPad is always delayed when I'm doing a video. It shows up on my phone before it would show up on my iPad that you guys are on here. So let me wait a little bit and see if it'll come. So here's what I have so far. I took a piece of the faux galvanized steel that I made. That's why I go ahead and paint it ahead of time, like I was telling you guys, so that when I need it, all I have to do is just cut my pieces out. Again, this board is originally from Joann's, and I do get it online. I get a lot of my stuff online at Joann's. They just have a bigger selection. So if you're just hopping on, the first thing I did was paint my board with, I always use a Maker Studio brand paints and stains. So my favorite white in a Maker Studio chalk-based paint is called Blessed, and my favorite gel stain in a Maker Studio is called English Walnut. So that's what I went ahead and did first with this board. It did come plain, and so I chalk painted the center, and then I stained the outside like that. Then I went ahead and cut a piece of my faux galvanized steel out. I can't see. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Wanda. I gotta get you guys on my iPad. I wonder why it's always delayed on here. So far, this is what I got. Then I ended up going to the Dollar Tree, and the Dollar Tree, they're kind of up in their game, but they have like a little, they call it crafter square section, and I got this bag of letters, and they're all wooden letters. They come in letters and they come in numbers, and I got the letters. So what I did is I went ahead and took the word spring out of the bag, and I painted the letters with just your regular acrylic paints. So what I did is I took a little tray and I added some white to each color because I wanted it to be more of a more pastel than the original color selection that I picked out. And then I painted each one of these letters that spelt out spring. Again, these are from the dollar section. So that's what I'm gonna put on here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna glue these letters onto this faux shiplap thing I have going on here. I do want to space them out before I try to glue them on, because this way I don't end up short on one end. And I'm not gonna put them straight. I am going to make them cockeyed, each one of them. This way I don't have to really concentrate on them being perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue them onto the faux galvanized steel. If you guys haven't caught that video, it's up in the video section of my tutorial, and you'll see how to make a Dollar Tree cookie sheet look like faux galvanized steel. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue each one of these letters on. And remember, this is just an idea. You can make this your own. You could do any word you want on here, any season, any color. I mean, you could do this for fall with just the word fall and your fall colors, and make this whole sign look different. Make it your own. I'm just trying to give you an idea. Okay, so far, that's what I have going on. I ended up painting the board with the white chalk paint and staining it, put the faux galvanized steel cut out here. These letters are from the Dollar Tree, and I used acrylic paint to paint them. Then another thing I found at the Dollar Tree, which if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I made some faux carrots. But they sell these carrots at the Dollar Tree for $1. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put them right here and add it to this picture. So I'm going to take 3 of them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it in some jute before I glue them on there. So I'm going to wrap this around here, and then I'm going to tie it in a bow, just to give it a little bit something extra. These are like a really good deal if you can find them at your Dollar Tree, since they are 4 for $1. So what I'm going to do is going to just spread them out a little bit, because I want them to be on top of each other, but I also want it to be wide. So did that, and make a little bow. And then I'm going to cut the little ends off. So basically what I did is just made a little pack like that. And then I'm going to glue that right there. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to glue that right there, and that's going to be the sign. Like I said, thank you, darling. It's very easy, very quick, very easy. You can make it for any holiday. Just change up the wording, change up the color, and then of course change up whatever you're gonna be putting over here. And again, this is spring, doesn't necessarily have to be Easter. You can keep it up a little longer. So there you go. That was quick and easy. And I tried to think about how much it cost me to make these. So what did I think? It probably cost me $7 to make this, but technically you would have other things left over, because that all the other letters are left over, all the other piece of this is left over, you still have another carat. But I would think it cost about $7 in supplies. So there you go, a quick spring sign using a lot of Dollar Tree finds. So if you like this video, please spread it to somebody's page, and if they would like to see it. I'm confused. It is backwards as the other sign on the desk. This sign is printed backwards because what happens is when I'm doing a video, everything's reversed. So this, when I printed this out, this is the one that's backwards. This is the one that's the right ways. But when you film, it turns it around. So I know everybody asks me that question, but this is actually printed backwards. So there you go. There's my spring sign. Very quick, very easy. Again, if you know anybody that would be interested in following along, and if you haven't hit that thumbs up above the page when you first sign on, that blue thumbs up, do so you can follow along. If you want to hit the notifications to learn when I'm live, that would be great too. It'll pop up when I'm going live. And thank you for joining me this Friday evening. You guys have a nice night. Bye.